The Collingwood and Geelong preliminary final of 2007 is regarded as one of the most underrated games in AFL footy history. Two of the biggest clubs in the land fighting for a spot in the AFL Grand Final. Geelong, a team who has destroyed every team in their path, a record-breaking 14-game winning streak throughout the year, revered them as one of the best teams in the competition. Collingwood, on the other hand, the underdogs of the competition, a young side with undeniable grit and determination. Before we deep dive into this outstanding match, we must rewind to see how our two teams made it to this moment. 2005, a year of change for the AFL. Yet another non-Victorian grand final with an exceptional finish. However, where do you see Collingwood and Geelong? At the end of the 2004 season, Collingwood picked up future premiership players Travis Cloke and Harry O'Brien. The Cats grabbed Brad Ottens and Ablett. No, not that one. This one. Collingwood's year was nothing short of unforgettable, for all the wrong reasons. Sitting second last to rivals Carlton, a 5-win season is one to forget. Geelong are back in the driver's seat, booking a top 8 berth and a shot at the flag that has dodged them for 42 years. Collingwood were not without their chances in 2005, with very close encounters with heartbreaking results. We look back at the kick after the siren from Nathan Thompson in round 4, sinking the Magpies.
52% for Nathan Thompson. They need a score with 13 seconds left. It is going! Nathan Thompson! No!
The Pies also missed a big opportunity to the future premiers Sydney by 1 point at ANZ Stadium after a brave performance.
There's no short option. Seconds ebbing away. That's
it. The Pies' hopes weren't all lost, however, with a massive first versus last encounter against the Eagles. A 5-goal haul from Blake Caracella dominated the Eagles for a lighter moment in the season. The Pies couldn't maintain this form, however, with a 100-point belting to Adelaide at the end of the season. The Cats had an impressive start to the season, with a massive win over the Tigers in round 1. 4 goals came from Kingsley, and 3 goals to Ottens and Andrew Mackie. The Cats, as mentioned before, made the finals and got off to an amazing start against Melbourne. An amazing display of talent from the young Gary Ablett powered the Cats to a 55-point victory over the D's.
Siren sounds, a resounding win for the Cats, 18.
Powering into the semi-finals, the Cats faced a red-hot Sydney, fresh off a tight loss to West Coast. Unfortunately, the Cats blew a 4-goal lead in the last quarter to go down to, well, I'll let it play out.
Siren could go any second. Swans need a goal. Nick Davis! I don't believe it! I see it, but I don't believe it!
Overall, the 2005 season favoured Geelong, while leaving Collingwood scrambling for answers. What was to come in 2006 would truly shock the football world. 2006 was a topsy-turvy year for both Collingwood and Geelong. The Cats, fresh off a 2005 season that was respectable, and picking up some firepower in Travis Varco and sharpshooter Matthew Stokes. The Pies were eager to cash in on early draft picks from the 2005 season, picking up 2 young talents in Scott Pendlebury and Dale Thomas. These crucial draft picks gave the Pies a more in-depth midfield to side with Buckley, Burns and Dane Swan. The Cats started off round 1 with a belting to the out-of-form Brisbane Lions by 77 points. The Pies started off the season very dangerous, taking a 5-2 start before their clash with Geelong. The round 8 encounter between the Cats and the Pies was hyped up to be the match of the round, to test the newly strengthened forward line of Geelong and the improved midfield of Collingwood. Oh, how wrong we were. The Pies took the claws out of the Cats from the first bounce. The Pies taking a 12-2 first half. It was getting ugly. By 3/4 time, the lead was 94 points to the Magpies. 4-goal hauls to Davis, Swan and Rocker cruised Collingwood to their biggest win in 3 years with a 102-point victory. By round 9, the Pies were a comfortable third, while the Cats sat 12th. If the blows couldn't get any better for the Cats, round 10 was definitely one to forget. The round 10 clash between the Eagles and the Cats saw the Cats take a 39-point halftime lead before a rampaging Eagles outfit stormed home to win by 3 points.
We just knew what we had to do and we ended up getting the end result.
After a great start to the season, the Pies couldn't maintain their early dominance, slumping to 7th spot after a big loss to the 15th placed Bombers in round 19. The end of the season saw a reversal of the previous year, with the Cats missing out on the finals after a disappointing year, and the Pies making the big dance. The Pies faced a red-hot Bulldogs side and were embarrassed in the elimination final, with Montgomery booting 4 goals to down the Pies by 41 points in front of their home crowd. The Pies' rags to riches season had come to an anticlimactic end. 2007 was a year for underdogs, a year to show off the true colours of the competition's powerhouses. The Pies were raring to go after a disappointing end to the 06 season. The Cats were out to seek revenge after acquiring some damaging players. In the 06 draft, the Cats cashed in on some big names with big forward Tom Hawkins and skilled midfielder Joel Selwood. The Pies gained several future premiership players and power forward Paul Medhurst. The Pies and Cats had even starts to the season, both with 2 wins and 2 losses. Collingwood successfully defeated Essendon on their Anzac Day clash, while the Cats took a shock loss to the Kangaroos in the same round. Geelong's round 6 return was nothing short of outstanding, breaking a record at Docklands with a 35-goal display to destroy the Tigers. 15 individual goal kickers for Geelong asserted them as a dangerous side in the AFL. That game launched Geelong into an 8-game winning streak before their encounter with the Pies. In round 15, the Pies sat 4th, only 2 games behind the raging Cats. This game was a very decisive one for both teams. The Cats started off well, taking a 27-16 lead at quarter time. The Pies remained firm at half-time, closing the deficit to a goal with some Travis Cloke heroics. The Cats, however, led by the informed Gary Ablett, who gathered 32 touches at 92% efficiency, took the match by 16 points in a close victory in front of 85,000.
Disposal, one of Collingwood's best. There's a pot shot from hard up against the line. It's coming back. He's kicked a wonderful goal. Tips it short. Great game, but that's it. Geelong, for the first time since 1966, have won 10 on the trot, and for the moment...
The Pies stumbled their way throughout the year to 6th place at the end of the season, with Rocker, Cloke and sharpshooter Leon Davis leading the charge for the goal kickers. The Cats only conceding 1 more loss after their match of Collingwood, securing the minor premiership. Cameron Mooney and Steve Johnson led the goal tally, as Jimmy Bartell collected the Brownlow medal. The final series would prove a difficult one for Collingwood, having to face both grand finals of 2006 back-to-back. The Cats looked hungry, having the Kangaroos, who had beaten them earlier in the year, for the first qualifying final. The Cats destroyed the Kangaroos, making a mockery of their round 5 encounter. Gary Ablett collected 32 touches and 2 goals, while Chapman and Mooney grabbed 5 each for a 106-point victory in front of a 77,000-strong crowd at the MCG. This match also broke the record for the biggest finals win ever and sent a big scare to the rest of the competition. The Pies started off their 2007 finals campaign against 2006 runners-up Sydney Swans. It was a complete turnaround from the Collingwood side of 2006. The Pies, from the get-go, were dangerous, taking a 5-goal lead at half-time. Anthony Rocker piled on 6 goals along with Travis Cloke booting 4. However, there was an injury scare to Rocker late in the match, but it later turned out to be okay. The Pies won by 38 points for their first finals win since 2003 in front of a 65,000 crowd at the MCG.
About me, while his opponent Goldsack took the easy mark, and there it is. Collingwood through to the semi-final.
Gaining the week off, the Cats were well rested for the preliminary final, while the Pies had a tough opponent in the 2006 Premiership team, West Coast. The Pies went in strong for their semi-final, putting on a display to match the Eagles. It was a very tight game till the very end, with leads not exceeding 7 points at every change. Rocker kept the Pies alive with 3 goals and 2 decisive goals to Alan Didak to keep the game close. For only the third time in history, the match ended in a draw. Extra time would decide it. The Pies took the game on, after the last quarter laying on 3 goals to the Eagles' 2 behinds to take out the game by 19 points with a Dane Swan buzzer beater.
40 metres out, back to Swan. Well, this will be the icing on a black and white cake. Collingwood are through. Well, it took a while, but the Cats will play the Magpies.
Before we get into the preliminary final, we must look back at the last time these two teams played each other in a final series. All the way back in 1981, funnily enough, it was also a preliminary final, but this time Collingwood took it out by only 7 points. Alright, let's get back into it. The 21st of September 2007, the night of the most underrated final of the past 20 years. The Red Hot Cats and the underdogs of the Collingwood Football Club. The Cats, with a week's break, had the automatic advantage. The Pies had just come off 2 matches plus an extra time struggle against the Eagles. 98,000 packed into the MCG, the most since the 1997 Grand Final. The stage was set for an epic. Led out by captain Nathan Buckley in his final year, the Pies were ready for the challenge. The Cats were led out by Premiership skipper Tom Harley. It was underway early with a Scott Burns snap only 2 minutes into the first quarter. Remember when I said Stokes was a dangerous forward? Stokes would go on to kick 3 influential goals in the first quarter, which was dominated by the Cats.
Sean not quite tall enough for precision. And he comes. He's got 3 goals. He'll remember this term.
The Pies, however, were meeting the challenge. High pressure with an outstanding tackle from Nick Maxwell on Max Rook. Cats took the quarter-time lead 28-17. A good start for a dangerous side.
For one, needs to find something in the second term. Collingwood not far off the pace, but far enough.
The second quarter began with another close start. The Pies took an early lead with quick goals from Paul Medhurst and Sean Rusling.
From 55 metres out, hasn't got the carry, you bet, and against the odds.
The Cats answered back immediately with 3 of their own, with Johnson banging 2 and Max Rook slotting his first. The dangerous attack had worked so well in the season and it was beginning to unravel for the Pies. However, a late acrobatic goal from Didak and a set shot from Rusling took the score to 48-43 at half-time, with the Cats up by 5 points. The Pies' pressure was mounting on the Cats. They were in unfamiliar territory for the first time in the season. Cloak booted for another goal for the Pies to bring the game back to just 3 points. Then finally Paul Medhurst snapped to give Collingwood the lead for the first time since the start of the second quarter. A late controversial goal from Mooney after a James Clement deliberate out of bounds gave the Cats a 3/4 time lead with only seconds remaining.
Cam Mooney, he should be able to slot it through.
Does he put the Cats in front? He likes it. Geelong in front.
David by the bounce, but he won't be the first there. He's the third, picks it up, slips a hand pass away on the side.
This is it, the final quarter, to decide who makes the grand final and who falls short. Travis Cloak became the early hero in the first minute, booting a goal to put Collingwood back in front.
It's the goal. Collingwood in front.
Disaster then struck for Collingwood as the Cats' forward line began to pounce, with Mooney, Johnson and Chapman all kicking goals to secure the biggest lead of the night.
I looked to one side, he was on the ground as Chapman comes in, and now the alarm bells are sounding for the Magpies.
The Pies held the line with Cloak booting his 3rd goal of the match and Alan Didak kicking his 2nd to bring the margin back to 5 points.
An open goal gets it.
The momentum was with the Pies, however Gary Ablett with 31 touches to his name snapped the goal to put the Cats 11 points clear of the Pies with 8 minutes to play. Both teams were in a stalemate for the rest of the quarter. A late free kick to Collingwood will give them their last chance with only a minute to play.
It is Rockers, but it will be in the book if he kicks it. It is his 3rd goal, and the margin will be back to 5 points.
Medhurst would convert and the Pies were within a goal with seconds ticking down. A final inside 50 wasn't enough as the Cats' pressure prevailed, holding on for the win of 2007. G'day guys, welcome to the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy. Please like, comment and subscribe if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment on how I could improve my next video or documentary, which will come out in the next 7 years. Yeah, thank you for watching. Peace.